If you're someone that's taking creatine monohydrate to enhance your performance, then in today's video, what I'm going to do is share with you a really interesting point around creatine supplementation, and that is around its purity and its quality. Now, most people think that CreaPure is the gold standard creatine on the market, but in today's video, what I'm going to do is share with you a really interesting new type of creatine developed by N&B Nutrition that's called Purest Creatine. So first of all, let's start with the problem around generic creatine. There are potential concerns with DHT, DCD, and creatinine with creatine use. Now, this may come as a surprise to some people, but DHT has been found in some creatine products. In addition to that, DCD and creatine, which are not beneficial, have also been identified in some creatine products. Now, creatine is research proven in population studies to be almost entirely safe with no known side effects. Now, the greatest concern is that true manufacturing quality and ingredient purity will lead to low levels of the chemicals. Now, the following are theoretical or potential issues with lower quality creatine. The first one is this DCD, diacinadiamide. So this is diacinadiamide that is found in creatine products, which is not something you want to be consuming orally. Now, this DCD is a synthetic precursor or intermediate in creatine monohydrate manufacturing. Now, high quality creatine manufacturing should actually remove this DCD almost entirely. However, poorly purified creatine, often cheaper non-CreaPure sources, may have measurable residual DCD. Now, DCD is not acutely toxic at trace levels found in supplements, but it has potential concerns with chronic high exposure. Now, if you're someone like me who sings and praises the benefits of creatine, this is probably something you're going to want to keep into your supplement routine for many, many years. And if you're using low levels of DCD that's found in your creatine for a long period of time, this will inevitably build up in your body. So it is something you want to pay attention to. The potential concerns with DCD is that there's toxicity at higher dosages. Now, the animal studies show potential kidney and liver effects at high DCD exposure. Now, looking at the regulatory status, EFSA and some sports organizations have set limits for DCD content in creatine products. Now, reputable manufacturers test to ensure levels are below detection. Looking at purity perception, the presence of DCD is considered a marker of low manufacturing quality. Now, what about the fact that creatine can actually contain something known as creatinine? Now, creatinine is a breakdown product of creatine that is produced in the body at a relatively constant rate and excreted by the kidneys. Now, creatinine is also a sign of manufacturing quality. If you want to save money during the production of creatine, you can take shortcuts with higher temperatures and faster drying processes, but it actually produces more creatinine. Now, lower levels of creatinine are a sign of manufacturing quality. Now, supplementing creatine naturally increases the total creatine pool in the body, which can lead to slightly elevated serum creatinine due to a normal, healthy turnover. If you're someone that's been trialing different supplements and you're still lacking that energy, spark, drive, and overall vitality, then you may want to check out my brand new supplement that I've just released called Catwa Pure. Catwa Pure harnesses the power of a particular Amazonian herb known as Catwaba bark, which has been used for centuries to boost mood, enhance energy levels, and act as an aphrodisiac. So definitely check out Catwa Pure. You can learn more by visiting inbeforesups.com. Now, here are some potential concerns. The misinterpretation of kidney function tests. Elevated creatinine from supplementation can actually mimic signs of reduced kidney function on blood tests. for example, EGFR, without actual renal damage. Kidney stress in pre-existing conditions. In people with chronic kidney disease, additional creatinine load may complicate disease monitoring and potentially increase strain. Now, in healthy individuals, long-term studies up to 5 years generally show no harm to kidney function from creatine alone. So here's a safety message for creatine users. The problem is all related to creatine manufacturing. Suppliers are trying to cut corners, leading to contamination by harmful compounds with practices that are also questionable for the environment. So we can see the 3 major impurities. The first one is DCD. The second one is DHT, dihydrotriazine, and the third is creatinine. Now, this DHT or dihydrotriazine is suspected to be toxic and also carcinogenic. So what we've seen is found in generic creatine, it actually frequently exceeded the EFSA max level, as we can see here. And the creatine is often elevated in generic creatine. So the problem with generic creatine is the contamination risks. As I mentioned, there's potential health concerns such as kidney liver stress, hair and prostate issues, misread kidney tests, and many generic products actually exceed EFSA impurity limits. So let's take a look at creatine by the numbers. Creatine supports increases in strength in as little as 2 weeks of supplementation. A meta-analysis showed that creatine users gained on average 2.2 kilograms more fat-free mass than placebo in less than 12 weeks of training. Now, creatine supplementation reduced CK levels or creatine kinase levels by 18 to 27% at 24 to 48 hours post-training compared to placebo, indicating significantly less muscle damage. Now, creatine monohydrate enhances short duration, high intensity performance by approximately 5 to 15%. So looking at the purest creatine versus German creatine, results show impurities in generic creatine violates EFSA recommendations. So we can see the amounts of DHT, DCD, and creatinine. So if we're looking at a dosage for this purest creatine, we're looking at 5 grams per serving, and it doesn't need to be with food. It can be with or without food. Now that's to say that creatine in general, in my opinion, should be considered to be an essential nutrient because there are many documented benefits associated with creatine coming out in the last few years, ranging from cognitive health, bone health, general longevity benefits. This is an ingredient that you'll want to consider adding into your supplement routine if you aren't already. And if you are using just a crappy old, a random creatine from the stores, from a supermarket, you may want to consider switching to this NNB Nutrition. They've created this creatine, this purest creatine, as a better alternative. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you learned something new about creatine, and it's going to make you take creatine more seriously as it relates to quality. So guys, I really wanted to just finish off by saying I love what I do. I love providing you guys with the latest science about new ingredients, new supplement research. This is my passion, and it's an absolute honor to be doing this every single day as my job. Like, this for me is what I do in my spare time, and now I've got, almost 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is a really significant milestone for me. And so I just love staying I love staying at the forefront of new scientific breakthroughs, and I love discussing ingredients and dosages and mechanisms so that I can empower my audience with the latest science and also to prevent people from making mistakes. I see a lot of guys making mistakes when it comes to supplements, and I see time and time again a lot of confusion, a lot of uncertainty, and just lack of clarity when it comes to using supplements and integrating them into, particular protocols. If you are someone that actually wants me to personally develop you a supplement protocol, or you want health consulting or health coaching, there is a link down below in the video description. You can definitely check that out. If you want guidance and support and you'd love to connect with me one-on-one, then just definitely check out the link down below. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate the support. And for many of you, you've probably already seen my AI cloned avatar version talking head of me. The reason that I'm integrating those into these videos is so that I can churn out and produce more content for you guys. I'm still writing the scripts, I'm still structuring the videos, but it just means that I can create more content for you guys. That's it from me today, guys. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.